ahead and get started then. My name is Stacy DeRogers. I'm the Teen Services Library Assistant here at the Goffstown Public Library, and I'm so thankful that you signed up and attended this program today. With me, I have Marilyn Mills. She's a Hannaford dietitian, and she's going to share some snack attack information with you, which we thought was perfect, ending the snacks that I did for the summer reading on YouTube. These are going to be more, I think, healthy snacks, not some of what was in those videos that were a little silly and fun. During this presentation, Marilyn will have some questions that she'll ask. And so if you'd like to answer any of those questions, all you have to do is just go ahead and unmute your microphone. And when she pauses, you can go ahead and answer that question if you would like. Otherwise, I think that we are going to go ahead and get started. All right, let me introduce to you Marilyn Mills.
Stacy, and thank you, Goffstown Library, for hosting this virtual class today. We have been doing some other types of classes inside the store in the past year, but we have a little bit of a hold on that particular program. And so I'm so happy to have you in my kitchen so that I can bring you, I'm having a snack attack and I only have $2. This is part of several classes that we have been doing online with Goffstown Library, and we're so glad that you could join us this afternoon. So when we're having a snack attack, we can go and grab anything that might be in front of us. And so what we want to do is talk a little bit today about the reasons that we have a snack attack and what happens if we don't really have a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money to try to put a snack together. After all, I am a dietitian and I would like you to continue to grow more this way and less this way. And when we talk about nutritious snacks, they don't always have to taste like you think. They taste healthy, so they must not taste good because they're healthy. But I'm going to dispel that myth today. But I will need your help to help with the Price is Right segment, where we'll look at the cost of different types of snacks. And so if you did download the handout and print it out, that will be great. So let's take a look at the first slide. So why do we snack? Well, we snack because we're physically hungry. But we're going to talk a little bit more about physical hunger, because sometimes we get confused with hunger signals that our body gives us and our brain gives us. And we can confuse hunger for thirst or being just tired or just being bored. So we do snack because we're hungry, and there are definitely signs that our body gives us about hunger. The other reason about why we snack is because we are human beings that feel a lot of different emotions. And sometimes we don't really know how to deal with those feelings. And so sometimes we're just in the mood for food. All right. And we'll talk a little bit more about those emotions. And then lastly, why do we snack? Because it's kind of mindless eating. We're not in tune to our hunger. We're not in tune to how we're feeling. It's just kind of like this. Hi, we're going to turn on a movie. Want to watch a movie? Can we have popcorn? So in other words, is what's important at the moment the movie or making popcorn? Sometimes we just have a habit of associating eating with a particular activity, and it has nothing to do with how we're feeling or our physical hunger. So we'll talk more closely about these 3 reasons why we snack. Next slide, please. Okay, so we snack because we're physically hungry. If you have that handout in front of you, you'll see a column that says, I snack because. And it's because maybe you skipped a meal. Skipping meals is pretty common For teenagers and middle schoolers, it's pretty common to skip a meal. You want to sleep in as long as you can, or you're occupied with a video, or maybe you're chatting with friends and you are just not in the mood to come to the table or come to the counter to actually eat a meal. And by the way, a meal is 3 food groups. It's something that's going to give you protein. It's going to be something that gives you carbs for fuel for your brain, and it's going to give you some vitamins and minerals and fiber. So maybe a meal might be a simple sandwich, right? With maybe a glass of milk if you like that. Or it's going to be something that you're going to throw into the microwave, and it's got 3 of those food groups. All right. Now, we're physically hungry when you hear a growl in the upper part of your stomach. If you can see me pointing, your stomach is just under your breastbone, okay? Your stomach is not way down here. If you're hearing a growl down here, you're probably going to need to use the restroom. But up here, that is your stomach area. And when it makes a growling noise, or it feels like it's empty, or a little pain that you have, like a discomfort or a hole type sensation, an empty sensation, now that's physical hunger. And your body is telling you, I need to eat something. Another physical hunger signal is that you might feel lightheaded. Some people around you might notice that you're a little bit in a bad mood, like you're kind of cranky, or you might be just tired. You might have a frown. You're just not really in, your brain is feeling the lack of fuel. And as soon as you give it some snack fuel, you're going to probably feel a lift in your mood, and a smile is going to return to your face. All right. One of the other physical signals of hunger is difficulty concentrating. It's taking that piece of paper or that book or reading, something online, and you're reading it and it's just not making sense, or you just feel like you can't concentrate. You're not getting the full brain function when you're difficulty concentrating. So these are the signs that I have identified in some of my patients and some of my customers that are feeling hungry, but they don't really know that that's the way that they feel. Now, that's not the only reason why we're hungry, okay? For a snack, that is. Let's take a look at the next slide. So sometimes we are just in a mood. As I said before, we're human beings, and human beings, they really feel a spectrum of emotions. Sometimes we're feeling anxious. Sometimes we're feeling sad. Sometimes we're feeling angry. Sometimes we're feeling excited. Sometimes we're feeling lonely. Sometimes we're feeling bored. And when we have these feelings, we don't always know how to deal with these feelings. Yeah, I'm not going to get all psychoanalysis on you here, where we're looking at deep at how you feel and why you feel this way. I'm just trying to let you know that when you open up the refrigerator door, or you open up the cabinet door and you say, and you stand there, are you really hungry, or are you feeling moody, and you don't really know how to deal with your anger? You don't know how to deal with your feeling of anxiousness. And so sometimes you're looking for entertainment. That's especially true when we're feeling bored, right? When we're feeling bored, we're like, we want to be entertained 24/7. And some of that entertainment is reaching for food to give our taste buds a little bit of excitement. And guess what? They distract away from those emotions that we have. So if you really do feel like you need a lift, We'll talk about the kind of snacks that are going to make your mood improve without you necessarily eating something so unhealthy that you might feel actually bad after you ate. We don't want to have that. So having a me party, we've heard this before, this expression, but we're going to talk about having a me party with some better for you snacks. So I'm going to stop right here and just ask if there are any questions. And have you ever felt like maybe you were eating and you thought you were hungry, but you were really just in a not so good mood? Does anybody want to share anything like that with me today?
Well, I definitely have. This is Stacy. I definitely tend to be one of those that I will open that door and I will stand there and look, and I'm like, nothing really speaking to me. And it's probably because I'm really not hungry.
And that looking into that refrigerator is so common, or in that cabinet. And sometimes a family member might see us doing it too and saying, what are you doing? Are you really hungry? You know, trying to examine why we're feeling this way. We might need to just go outside and take a short walk, or we might need to listen to some music, or we might need to doodle or do some artwork, just something that distracts us away from the emotion that we're necessarily feeling, so that we don't look for food to try to make us feel better. So thank you for sharing that, Stacy.
Sure.
Let's take a look at the next slide. So did you ever drive in a car past an ice cream place and you saw people outside eating an ice cream and say, hey, we should stop for ice cream? Or we see a food commercial on TV and we're thinking about grabbing our phone and putting in an order for Grubhub to come and deliver, right? Sometimes we just associate eating with another activity. We've done this before, where you've sat in front of the TV with a bag of chips and you're just eating and eating, and you're not even focusing on the taste of the chip. You're not focusing on the crunch of the chip. You're not focusing on how much your hand keeps going further and further down into the bag when you're eating those chips. And therefore, it's kind of like a mindless eating activity. You're just doing something more out of habit. And your hand going into the bag is one of those types of habits. It doesn't always have to be chips. It could be anything that you have in front of you that's in a package or in a bowl. You can eat and watch a movie without ever paying attention to what you just ate until your hand hits the bottom of the package or the bottom of the bowl and you go, what? I ate that already? I didn't even remember eating that. That's what we call mindless eating, when your brain is going towards an activity and it's able to distract from doing another activity. And that can be kind of dangerous for us when we really don't realize how much we are eating. So when watching a TV or a video, or just looking at your phone while you're watching something, or you see a food commercial like I mentioned, or here's another one, you're invited over to a friend's house or a relative's house and they say, hey, I'm getting a snack. You want something? You may just have had a snack at your own house on the drive over or the ride over. And basically you are being offered a snack. So you're like, yeah, why not? You're fixing it. Why not? I'll have it. Or we go to a party. What do we expect to be there as soon as we open the door and head into the party celebration? There's usually a table and it's filled with different types of snack foods, right? So if you have something to eat a little bit before that party, you might be a little bit more, maybe more mindful about what kinds of snacks you really want to dig in on. Because if you go to the party physically hungry and mindlessly hungry, you're probably going to overeat. You want to enjoy lots of stuff at the party. Yeah, the food's part of it, but also the people that might be there. And so how about this one? Like I said, the ice cream, going by the ice cream place, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm in the mood for an ice cream. That's a pretty common type of activity as well. So these types of mindless eating are out of a habit. And so these are the 3 reasons why we snack. We're physically hungry because it's been a while since we last ate something that was substantial, something that was filling to us. We eat because we're emotional and we don't really know how to deal with those emotions. So we kind of shove food down to kind of make those emotions temporarily go away. Also, we just eat out of habit. So those are the 3 things. And if you want to know more about your own snacking habits and want to do a little bit of your own self-study, you can print out the handout that we included in our presentation today called What Are Your Snacking Habits? And you can take a look and add up the columns to see if there's one column that is more trouble than another. Okay? All right, we're going to move on to the next part of our presentation. So if you have a food label nearby, you know, say you just have a box of cereal in the cabinet, or let's see, maybe a box of crackers, and you want to get it out, or you have a snack nearby, okay, we can take a look at the food label. And one of the first things that you want to be mindful about are the nutrition facts. Sure, the ingredients are important, but let's take a look at the portion size and how much you're going to eat. What are they suggesting as a portion size? By the way, the companies don't set the portion sizes. Believe it or not, the U.S. government and ordinary people like you and I got together in these kind of study groups, and that's how these portion sizes have been created. On the new label for 2020, you're going to see some differences on the portion sizes. Some will be familiar and some of them will be a little different. So for instance, if you're picking up crackers or you're picking up cookies or you're picking up chips, they are based on how much you can hold in your hand, somewhere around 15 to 16 crackers or 15 to 16 chips, or in the case of a cookie, you know, it's about 2 cookies, all right? Just to remind you that your fist this way is 1 8-ounce cup, all right? So if you're looking at a glass of juice and the juice says 1 cup, then 1 cup is actually your fist. If you're looking at a cereal box, it's not unusual for a cereal box to tell you 1 cup. But this is actually larger than 1 cup. But because it's sold in this single-serve container, this is a single-serve cereal, Lucky Charms. The portion size on this package is actually considered more than what you would get if you were using and pouring 1 cup measuring from the box. If you do have a label nearby, it's good to look at the sugar. You see, sugar is on the label in 2 ways. You're going to see total sugar, and then you're going to see added sugar. And here's a little reminder that 1 teaspoon of sugar is 4 grams of sugar. So if I'm looking at, say, a soda, the soda is 50 grams of sugar. Does anybody want to care to guess how many teaspoons are in there? Well, I have a test tube here filled with sugar. And it's based on, say, a cola type of soda, 12 ounces, just like the can. And if anybody did want to guess how many teaspoons of sugar it is, or I can give you a hint, it's somewhere between 10 and 13 teaspoons of sugar in this can of soda. So 50 grams, if you're doing your math, what would you say? Are you thinking that it's like 12, 12 and a half? Well, you're right, okay? And most sodas are usually going to be anywhere between 10 teaspoons, like the tube that I'm holding in front of you, or they can be more. And by the way, did you notice I was just talking about a can? I wasn't talking about the bottles of soda that you grab out of the front of the refrigerator at a convenience store or a supermarket, right? That holds even more. This is 12 ounces. That's more like 24 ounces. Did you know that children should not be having more than 6 added teaspoons of sugar a day? So this soda right here is already over 2 days worth of sugar. And we can find sugar not just in soda, but it can be added to other things. So here's chocolate milk. And chocolate milk does not have as much added sugar as you think. A lot of people think it has so much more. This container has about 6 teaspoons of added sugar, and that seems like a lot. Certainly is less than the soda, and at least you get protein, vitamins, and minerals along with that flavor. All right, and again, I'm talking about added sugar, not the sugar that came from the cow. Okay, the lactose. All right, another thing to look on the label for is fiber. Fiber is that part of the plant that when you eat it, in this case of an orange or say an apple, when you peel the orange, you're eating the sections, but inside the sections, you're going to feel some fiber in the bites that you're having of the orange. The same thing with the apple, that crunch that you're having, the skin. And even if you do take off the skin, there's still some fiber in the actual apple. What happens is fiber is the part of the plant that humans cannot digest. And because we can't digest it, it attracts more water into our small intestine, or stomach, and then our small intestine. And it actually makes you feel like there's something in your stomach. And so you feel fuller, and you feel fuller for longer. When something doesn't have a lot of fiber, you have to eat a lot of it to make you feel full. So that's why eating fiber in some of your snack choices will actually make you feel more satisfied, more full, and it will last longer, like a few more hours. When you're grabbing that snack, check for the sodium. I know we always think about, well, I don't have to worry about sodium and high blood pressure. I'm a kid, or I'm a young person. I don't have to think about that. Well, too much sodium is definitely associated with problems with our kidney. It's not just high blood pressure. And so when we're looking at the label, if you do have one in front of you, check out for certain words, like maybe unsalted, or no added salt, or the word hint of salt, which means low sodium. Low sodium doesn't have to mean low flavor, guys. It just means that they can use other kinds of spices or seasonings to add more flavor, all right? And if we are looking at the sodium on the label, you can take your finger and slide it to the right. And when you do, you're going to see a percentage. Well, 0 to 5% means low. 10% is decent, and 20% is high. So this particular serving of chips that I'm checking out here is 8%. So it's not low, it's kind of decent if that's the portion that you eat. The other thing that I just wanted to point out is a program in some supermarkets. In Hannaford supermarkets, there's a nutrition program called the Guiding Stars. The Guiding Stars look at the portion size based on 100 calories of whatever you're eating. The Guiding Star looks at the sugar that's added, the fiber that's there, the sodium that is in the product, and it also looks at vitamins and minerals and something called omega-3. That's a fatty acid that your brain and your heart and your eyesight benefit from. When you are looking at the price tag of a food item, the Guiding Star will be on the price tag. This particular snack gets a Guiding Star, and I'll explain it in a bit. If it's a Hannaford item, the actual Guiding Star will be on the packaging itself. So in this 1% milk, 1 star is good nutrition, 2 stars is better, and 3 is the best. So this 1% milk gets 3 Guiding Stars. That's because it doesn't have that high sugar added to it. Okay? Okay. So the Guiding Stars will be located on the price tag of an item. How many stars do you think an orange or a banana would get? If you're thinking that it's 3 Guiding Stars, you would be correct because there's no added sugar. This is high in fiber, lots of vitamins and minerals, particularly potassium, no added salt or sugar. And so these are 3-star items, okay? But when something is, here's another 3-star item. We don't have the price tag here, but a 3-star item because, again, it doesn't have any salt added to it. It does have vitamins and minerals, and it doesn't have any added sugar. So that's a 3-star item, okay? Now, our chocolate milk doesn't get any Guiding Stars, but as I said before, if we can match it with a food that does get Guiding Stars, like the peanuts, right? Then that would still have some Guiding Star power to it, still have some nutritional value. So again, if you're looking for some snacks, you might want to look at the Guiding Stars because the Guiding Stars is exactly what we need to help us make a decision right away. And when I meet a parent in the store and I see them with a child or a tween and they're kind of bored, I will just teach them quickly about the Guiding Stars. You're always going to get a coupon from me for, I guess how much? $2, so that you can go find a snack that costs $2 that is a Guiding Star. So now let's go and find some snacks that taste good that can stay within the price that we have, somewhere between $2 or $2.50, okay? All right, next slide, please. All right, so here's a question for you. Does healthy food always cost more? Does anybody want to try to answer that question, true or false? They believe that healthy foods always cost more.
I think that is false.
So many people believe that when we're buying healthy foods, it always costs more money. But over and over again, when I do classes in the store or tours in the store, what we find in the supermarket is if you go and grab that box of cookies, you know, the ones that like peel up, right? And we look at the cost of those are probably about $2.99 for that container of cookies. No need to name any brands. You can imagine them on your own. But chances are, if that cookie package stays on the counter, you're probably going to reach for it more than one time in that day. And those $2.99 cookies are probably not going to be the serving size that you would have gotten for the price. I can equally pick up a bag of apples or in season, a bag of clementines and count them all up. And I might get as many as 20 clementines in a bag. And that might be also somewhere around, when they're in season, somewhere around $3. And again, I'm probably not going to keep reaching for a clementine over and over again. But it's a good example about how the cookies don't earn any guiding stars, and the oranges or clementines earn guiding stars, and they're a healthy food, and yet they don't cost more money. That's certainly the case for bananas also. Bananas are usually only 49 cents a pound, and if I put $2.99 worth of bananas on the scale, that's quite a few bananas. You're probably going to have to refrigerate or freeze them for some smoothies later on. So you're right. The answer is false. Healthy foods don't always have to cost more. How about this next one? Grape juice has the same amount of sugar as grape soda. Now, I need to apologize because I couldn't find a grape soda today for our video, but I did find an orange soda and I did find some orange juice. So this is 12 ounces of orange juice next to 12 ounces of a can of soda. Would anybody like to guess if the juice has as much sugar as the soda, or is it the other way around? Anybody want to raise their hand on that one?
If you want to answer, you can just simply unmute your microphone, or that's okay if you don't.
So a lot of us will reach for juice, thinking that it is a healthier choice for us. And certainly soda does not have any vitamins or minerals, even if it's grape or orange. There's really no grape or orange juice in the soda. It just has an artificial flavoring of the grape and the orange. Sometimes it can be a natural flavoring, but there's no actual fruit in the orange soda. But it takes about 3 oranges to make this orange juice. And so whereas there's no added sugar, there's still a good amount of Mother Nature sugar in there, but it still is less than the soda. In this glass of orange juice, no added sugar. It's just 100% orange. Like I said, there's going to be somewhere around 44 grams of sugar. And if we divide by 4, you're going to notice that that is pretty close to this amount of sugar, somewhere around 10 to 11 teaspoons. So when you are grabbing a fruit juice, pay attention to the glass size that you are pouring, okay? Because the American Pediatrics Association says you don't really need more than 8 ounces. And in this glass, there's 12. So this is 1.5 servings. So you probably could get away with just 1 8-ounce serving of juice. You can also add a little bubble or a little bit of coconut water, such as the Creative Roots over here. And this one comes in mango, pineapple, which would taste just awesome inside just a half a glass of that orange juice. They also have mixed berry. So if you were pouring some grape juice, you could use a half a glass of grape juice and a half a glass of the mixed berry Creative Roots, and that would be a great healthy hydration with less sugar. Okay, here we go. Another question. This is a bag of chips that is usually available in the front of the store by the cash registers. How many servings are in this container? Is it 1 serving? Is it 2? Is it 3? Anybody want to take a guess? 1 serving, 2, or 3? many of us would think, hey, that's one serving for me. But the reality is that there are 3 servings in here. And it would be very unusual not to at least half of this bag, which would be 1.5 servings. The serving size is 12 chips. So this is supposed to be 12 chips for each of us on this video today, right? So when we look at a serving, please pay attention to the portion size. Now, this is also a bag of chips in the store. And this is a part of a program where you can just grab and go from the cash register section of the store. And this really is 1 serving of chips, and it's also 99 cents. So again, if you're looking for some better for you snacks, but also trying to get delicious and watch your portions, stay tuned for more of some of those kind of grab and go snacks. I think I have another one. And you know what? This is one of my top picks. For 99 cents, I'm going to try out an Edge Bar. And the Edge Bar has 10 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber. And again, it does have some added sugar, but it earns at least 1 guiding star. So for 99 cents, I'm going to get a very, very nutritious snack, and I'm actually going to have $1 left over. All right. So let's take a look at the next slide. So here we have a Greek yogurt, which is high in protein, and we grab that banana. Does anybody want to guess? Is it more than $2 or is it less than $2? Any ideas? Anybody want to guess if it's more or less? Well, pardon?
Less.
Okay, very good. You guessed correctly. Know your prices. So the yogurt is only about 69 cents and the banana is only about $0.25. So guess what? You're going to have $1 left in your pocket to be able to go buy something else or save it for another time, okay? So that was a great guess, and this snack is actually less than $2, and it's going to keep you full for a lot more hours because of the protein. All right. Now, another snack that I brought with me from the store is called a Snack Pal. The Snack Pals are sold in the produce aisle, and that's where all the cut up fruit and cut up vegetables can be found, or some of the snack trays. But sometimes you don't want a snack tray. Sometimes you just want to grab something and go. But this looks kind of healthy. It's got baby cucumbers, it's got baby carrots, and it has ranch dressing. Do you think that this costs $2 or more than $2?
More.
Ooh, that's a good guess, but I gotta tell you, it's exactly $2. And this actually gets a guiding star. So if you're somebody who likes to crunch on some vegetables, did you know that when you crunch on vegetables, it's a way of getting out some of your stress in a healthy way, because the crunch from the cukes and the crunch from the carrots are going to make you feel like you just kind of, hit a little bit of a punching bag and got some stress out. And this is a grab and go snack pal for only $2. All right. Great guessing. All right. Now, how about, the next slide? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Back it up. We got it. How about the snack bag of the chips and the soda? What do we think? Do we think that that is going to cost more than $2 or less than $2? Any guesses? Maybe you're thinking this one through. Well, it's going to actually cost more than $2. Now, you might get one guiding star, but if we had chosen these chips and the soda, there's no guiding stars here. And this is, well, this is over $2 right here. It's about $2.19, okay? So you're going to have to scrape some change there to be able to get that one. All right, how about the next slide? So I apologize that there's a little bit of a typo on this particular slide. It was supposed to say either Frosted Mini Wheats or Lucky Charms, okay? So I've got the container of Lucky Charms and I have a container of milk. All we need is a spoon, right? So do we have any guiding stars here? Well, probably not on the cereal that's sweetened because it has some sugar added. But when we put them together, we do have guiding stars, don't we? Because the low-fat milk is guiding stars. So here's the question. Is it more than $2, about $2, or less than $2?
More.
Oh, you are trying to learn those prices. What if I said 99 cents and 99 cents?
Nope.
So if you're doing your math, you know that that's $1.98, right? And that's less than $2. So if you're a Frosted Mini Wheats kind of person, the other thing that you need to realize is that the Frosted Mini Wheats give you lots of fiber. So this one doesn't have as much fiber, but if you did grab the cup of the Frosted Mini Wheats and had that with the milk, that also would be less than $2, and it would be filled with fiber, making you feel fuller longer. Here's another fiber snack to think about. How about either apple slices and peanut butter, or baby carrots and hummus? Do you think that this costs a lot more money? Because again, we're looking at hummus or peanut butter with vegetables or apples. Does it cost $2 or more?
$2. More.
You think it costs more? Well, you're thinking like healthy food must cost more, right? But I'm going to tell you, the Snack Pals are on your dollar side. $2 for the apple and peanut butter, or $2 for the hummus and baby carrots. So great guesses. Keep them coming. You ready for this one? Easy mac and cheese. You know, one of those that you would just kind of pop into the microwave after you added water, right? And maybe oranges sliced up in sections for you, or those smiley faces. Do you think that this is going to cost the $2 or more than $2?
More.
Okay, I'm saving you more money. This one is only going to be $1.19, and an orange is 50 cents. So here we go again. You got change in your pocket, okay, or your Venmo account. I don't think you have a Venmo account, but you've got change to spare, okay? All right, how about this one? A package of peanuts that's already sold in this snack bag, right? And a chocolate milk. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, chocolate milk, how can that be healthy for me? But the reality is there are 6 different vitamins and minerals that are in milk that you can't always find in other types of snacks. Okay? So chocolate milk and peanuts would last for hours. The energy would get you on a bike or a scooter riding all around. How much does it cost? Does it cost $2 or more or less?
Less.
Very good. 99 cents for the chocolate milk and only 50 cents. For the peanuts. Great guessing. You've got more change in your pocket. It's adding up. Okay. So here is a muffin. You know, a blueberry muffin. Right now we can't do a lot of that grab and go muffin shopping in the bakery, but we do sell them by twos, okay? So if I was going to have one muffin and a glass of milk or a container of milk, ooh, do we think that this snack earns any guiding stars? Where's the nutrition in this snack? Is it more in the muffin or more in the milk?
More in the milk.
Exactly. Great answer. Now, does this one cost $2 or does it cost more?
More.
Okay, so the muffin is going to be 98 cents and the milk is 99. So we're under $2 once again. Good guessing though. All right. How about this? I think I just have a couple more, okay? How about this Snack Pal? This one is goldfish crackers, fresh blueberries, and sliced apples. Do you think that this costs $2 or more?
More.
Very good. This one, I'm going to need an extra 50 cents. These are $2.50. If you are in the store when I'm working, by the way, I'm at the Goffstown store on Tuesdays most of the time. So if you come and visit me and you talk to me, I will absolutely get you a Guiding Star coupon. And now this snack is only going to cost you 50 cents. So when we talk about Snack Pals are in the produce section. They're fresh made in the store every single day. They last for about 3 to 4 days, depending on which one you get. They're perfect for taking to a park or taking to a friend's house or just staying at home and munching on something while you are watching a show or a video, because they contain everyday foods. Everyday foods are foods that you're going to grow on. You're going to grow this way and less this way. So my hope is that what we did today was to find some snacks that when you're having a snack attack, you might think a little bit closely about, how do I feel when I'm reaching in that refrigerator or looking in that cabinet? Do I really feel hungry? Has it been a little time in between the last time I ate something? Maybe you might look at the label a little bit and take a peek at the sugar or maybe the salt or the fiber. If it is an item that earned guiding stars, that would be definitely a nutritious choice to help keep you growing. And remember that we want to try to save our money, and so buying snacks that cause us to spend too much, that's not necessarily a healthy attitude to have either. We want to try to spend our money on things that are going to help us feel healthy and help us feel good, but we also want them to taste good too. So I hope I helped you to find some taste good snacks, feel good snacks, and ones that are going to cost you just about $2. Now, say we're looking for more information. As I said, you can visit me in the store. I am in the Manchester, Goffstown, and Hooksett stores. And you can get more schedule information about how to find what dietitian and when and what store by looking at Hannaford.com dietitians. And if you're looking for more, I want to make it myself snack ideas, by all means, we have attached also the mix and match snack ideas handout. And if you wanted to print that out as well, This is great for just helping you to put together snacks based on getting some fiber, as I mentioned, through whole grains, trying to get some fruits and vegetables, and trying to get a little bit of protein, whether that protein be in the form of, say, yogurt or nuts or some other protein foods, okay? And so I hope that you enjoyed our presentation, and how thankful are we to Goffstown Library and Stacy for hosting our class today. And if you do have any other questions, I would be glad to entertain them for you. But if you've got to go, I totally understand. And it's been great spending this time with you, and I hope to see you again.
It looks like we are just about at 2 o'clock, which is when our meeting ends. So Marilyn, I wanted to thank you again for sharing all your information with us.
Thank you again, Goffstown Library. Hope to do more programs in the future.
Wonderful. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.